Hello, welcome to Lord Havoc's Marble Champions custom content stream extravaganza. I am playtesting my latest scenario, so I thought I'd jump online and playtest it live. So if there's any glaring errors, you'll see it straight away. He's intended to be the second in a series of 3 scenarios. A mini campaign type thing. I think it's a cool idea, the whole mini campaign thing. So the first one is X. Now that we've got X, we're meant to come up against him, which reminds me, I didn't grab the X card. Didn't grab the X card. Well, let's very, very quickly grab the X card. Cards, custom cards, back. Is blue. And the front is this. The intention is that this is the second card, the second scenario. Oh, I forgot to change this thing. Whatever. There she is. I forgot to change her ability, but oh well. So you get a free X23 to help you because it's the second one, right? So, but anyway, here's Daken. Now it's a play on Kaz's. Hi Kaz. Hi, where is Joshy? It's too early for Josh. It's only 4 p.m. So Josh will be on in a few hours. It's a re-implementation of Risky Business, right? The Green Goblin scenario. So there's the thing, there's a common sort of idea that Risky Business is too easily gameable, and I can see that. So there's multiple ideas of how to fix it up. There's actually a pretty cool article by one of our custom content creators, Andy, who talks about it, which is pretty cool. On some blog somewhere. And one of the ideas, one of the sort of common sort of fixes is to add crisis to this side and acceleration to this side. So I have implemented that. But I didn't want to just do a straight up reskin of criminal, whatever it's called, right? I wanted to have my own sort of spin on it, and I'm not sure if it works, so we'll see how it works. I don't know. I wanted it to be a challenge. It's meant to be the second scenario. It's meant to be a challenge, but is it too much of a challenge? I don't know. All right, so it uses the whole flippy idea of the difference between the villain and the environment, but it also introduces a secondary element called the villain side scheme. So basically what I've sort of designed is Dakan is trying to take over the island of Madripoor, and he successfully does, but only on like a surface level. It turns out that he's been manipulated the entire time and he's really not in control of anything, but that's a spoiler for the comic story. But I wanted the sort of scenario to sort of represent that. Alright, so I've got these 4 villain schemes. Not player schemes and not side schemes. They're villain schemes. They're essentially side schemes, but they stay in play. They're all permanent and set up. But they all represent a part of the island. So high town, low town, the underworld, and the docks, and the different levels of influence or control that he has over those. So the more control you allow him to get in the form of threat, the more bad things happen when he flips. So when he flips from Akihiro, his civilian identity, when he flips to Daken, he activates his special. Each player in player order performs the special on their villain scheme. And the special on each scheme says, all specials says the same thing. Perform each action indicated by the amount of threat on this card. So depending on how much threat you've got, you do each thing in order as it tells you to do. So the idea is obviously to keep threat as low as possible. Only the person each player is assigned one. So if you're playing solo, there's only one. If you're playing two player, there's two, and so on and so forth. And only the player that is assigned to can actually remove threat from there. So you don't have to remove threat from there if you don't want to. I mean, as long as you control the whole concept of the special, but you want to get it to Daken's side so that you can beat him up. Because when you try to attack him in civilian form or in crime lord form, he removes counters from here instead, and so then when he removes counters, you flip into Daken, and then he starts doing some stuff. So he triggers the special, and in this form he heals at the end of the round, and he removes counters so that he can flip back into crime lord form, because he doesn't want to be in Daken form. He wants to be in Akihiro form as much as possible. It's not quite accurate to the comic, the theming. It's not quite accurate. He doesn't care about being Daken, but for the sake of the game, I've made it that way. I've also changed how the side scheme works. Instead of the traditional two side schemes that don't really do all that much, one of them just adds a hazard or something. I've made it one of those singular side schemes that resets. And when it resets, it does bad things. But I've also added this bit. So when completed, a crime lord is in play. Place one control counter, one per person control counters on it, and discard one card from each player's deck for each control counter on crime lord. Then remove all threat from the scheme. If internalized rage is in play, the players lose game. So if you're on this side, so if you're in Daken form, and this completes, you're dead. As in the end of the game. Because Daken just kills you. If you're on this form, then he keeps doing all of his scheming type stuff. Keeps trying to scheme. I might actually change the picture for Crime Lord to look more like Akihiro, so there's no confusion. Because he looks like Daken there, and he looks like Daken there, and on this side he looks like Akihiro, this side he looks like Akihiro. So I might actually change the picture just to make it a little bit less confusing. But that's essentially how I wanted it to go. So there's two lose conditions. Either Daken kills you or you thread out, as there always is. But there's a bit of a twist to it. So hopefully it works. And the module is Madripoor, which adds some more Madripoor type stuff on there, but mainly deals with Tiger, who is the actual leader of Madripoor. And she's essentially like Madam Hydra. Her stuff works basically the same as Madam Hydra. So not quite the same, but basically the same. Okay, it says, who is Akihiro? Never really heard of them unless they go by another name. Yep, the other name is Daken. The image of the villain is really cool. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Cool. Alright, so let's do it. So setup is grab one of these. I'm just going to grab one at random. You can either randomize or you can grab one if you want. I don't care. Madripoor Hightown. So this one's actually pretty annoying. Considering I'm not playing Justice, this is actually a pretty bad one to get. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec. Sounds like there is somebody in my backyard. I don't see anybody. I definitely hear stuff. How strange. Anyway, back. Yeah, so a bit of an annoying one, but oh well. Let's see how we go. It'll be good for the test. Starts on 12. Starts on Crime Lord. Okay, so what is the difference in English between high town, uptown, downtown? I never really understood those expressions. That is a good question. In terms of direction, I don't really know. That's interesting. What would be the high town, downtown of Melbourne? You know what? I don't really know how to answer that question. I don't really know. There is clearly a difference between high town and downtown of the city, but how would you describe that? I'm not sure. What it means for Madripoor is Madripoor is a little easier to answer because each section. Madripoor is a city of contrasts. It's a city island. I mean, it's fictional, obviously. It's from the comics, but it's kind of like Singapore, and it's very clearly divided between those who have and those who have not. So it's more of a cultural difference than more of a geographical thing. So you've got the low town, which is where all the poor people live. So low buildings, very tightly packed together. It's quite colourful because that's where a lot of businesses are. So sort of like the slums areas of Singapore, basically the slums area, right? Like Singapore and Thailand and that sort of stuff, right? And then you've got High Town, which is the rich people. See, simple as that. The rich people, skyscrapers, apartments, business buildings. It's all the rich people, right? Then you've got the dock area, which is sort of it's kind of poor as well, but it's where a lot of commerce is. And then you've got the underworld where all the criminals hang out. Hopefully that helps. I'm sure there's some sort of Google definition for uptown and downtown. There has to be. Like, it's a very common term for New York, isn't it? Downtown. Downtown. Things will be great. That's, there's got to be something, right? All right, let's move into it. Shuffle. Let's get some cards. All right. Not a great start. Sky Circle, don't care. I've got... Do I give X inspired and watch her go to town? Yeah, actually, that's not bad. That's pretty good. He's not an Avenger, though, so I don't really care about that. So do I use these and then just hope I get Spectrum? Which is obviously the intent, right? I doubt. I mean, what are the odds? There you go. Cool. Alright, so... That's not bad. It's a pretty good hand. Alright, I'll use Peter's resource to give X23 inspired. And... Let's use strength to put in... Oh my god, the lag. It's insane. Team training. And let's overpay to put in the web shooters. flip the Spidey. Let's remove one threat from here. And then... Actually, no. Let's use Spidey to hit him for 2, which takes off these 2 counters. And then flips Daken. Flip Akira and Crime Lord, yep. So goes to Daken side, gets 2 Fury counters, which means X can then hit for 4. Right, gets a counter. And that's pretty much it. Not bad. Not bad. Joshy, this is a bit early. Are we even playing tonight? Yeah, mate. We're definitely playing. I'm just doing a quick play test in my new scenario. We're definitely playing. Table's all set up and ready to go. Okay, so that's it for that. Let's get some cards. Okay, so we get 1 on there. This goes up by 1 as well. Dakan activates. I get a free card. It's not a backflip, but I already had a backflip in my hand anyway. So he's attacking for 2. Oh, when he flipped up, he performed his special, but there was no special to perform, so it's fine. So he hits for 3. Backflip out of the way. And what does this guy say? Place 1 control counter on Crime Lord. If you cannot, remove 1 Fury counter from Eternal Outrage. Okay, cool. I don't like the picture for that card. I really hate it, but absolutely struggling to find some pictures. Really annoying. Encounter card. All in a day's work. When revealed, place 2 control counters on Crime Lord. If you cannot, remove 2 Fury counters from Eternal Outrage. Alright, we move from there. He flips over. Boom. So does he. So he doesn't get to do his heal. So that actually worked out for the best. Wow. That actually worked out alright. He doesn't heal because he flipped it back over to Akira. That's actually of benefit to me. Should it say remove or should it say add? Have I done that card wrong? That's actually a good thing. Let me just check that. It is a copy of one of the risky business cards. So have I accidentally done it wrong? I didn't think so. Or was that just one of the lucky things? Remove 1 madness counter. 100% says to remove a madness counter. Well, there you go. Interesting. Alright, my turn. Suit up. And web shooters will give me black cat. Shooters cards, the top 2 cards. Keep. Keep. Now this is interesting. Ingenuity. Wait. Let's use... wait, 1 second. Let's put this back. Alright, let's do this. Let's do reinforced suit to give Black Cat sidearm. No. Let's use ingenuity to give Black Cat sidearm. She's going to hit and knock the 2 off of this, which flips this. And then why is there 2 thread on here? Only 1 thread on here. Have I missed something? How is there 2 thread on here? He's only had 1 villain turn. confused. Oh, no, because he started with 1. Oh, I'm an idiot. Alright, so he flips over, it gets 2 fury counters. Perform the special. There is no special yet. Then we hit with Laura. 1, 2, 3, 4. We then use web kick to heal Laura. This is not quite the challenge that I thought it was going to be. Or have I gotten cocky yet again? Remove 1 from here. No, I'm going to remove the 1 from here. Alrighty. Get some cards. Okay. So 1, 2 goes on here because there's an acceleration icon. You get 1 on here. He activates. I get a free card. It's not backflip, so I'll defend. 1, 2, 3. The villain heals 3 damage. Okay. But I successfully defended. I get an encounter card. Get Burning Bright. When revealed, if Tiger is not in play, search the encounter deck and discard pile for Tiger. So search. I didn't name her, which is a disgrace. What a disgrace. Put her into play. Then shuffle the encounter deck. Place 1 additional threat for each Madripoor enemy in play. She's the only one, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And now here she is. Cannot take damage while Burning Bright side scheme is in play. After target schemes or attacks, place 2 threat on the Burning Bright side scheme. Alright. For what? I can't really do 4. What a shame. 1, 2, 3, 4 to Nick. I don't really have much in the way of threat removal. So he'll remove 2 threat using his ability, and then take away 2 threat. It really sucks not using him to draw cards, but she's now vulnerable, so 4, 5, 6, dead. Oh, I might as well give Black Cat some extra stuff. Why not? Ready. Get some cards. He's out to defend for me. 1, 2 on here. Oh wait, I've got his thing. Was he out? Yeah, he was out. He should have healed 2 and taken off a counter. So, this is the thing. Alright, he activates. I get a free card. Nick will defend for me. Nick dies. Only just. Actually, no. Nick's still alive. He's actually still alive. I mean, he's going to disappear. He's going to disappear in a second anyway, but still, he's still around, so I can use him for, you know, some sort of effect. Who knows? There might be, you know, there's an effect that says discard an ally you control. Well, there you go. Thanks. It's pretty good. The villain attacks you. Oh, there you go. He can't. I can't use Nick again. So I'm just going to take it. I'm going to take it this time, actually. I got a free card. Yeah. So he attacks again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Nick then goes away. End of the round, so he heals 2. And we lose a counter. Which means this flips. Goes back up 2. He flips back to Akihiro. So far I've managed to avoid the special, which is pretty sweet. I don't know if what this when a hero would take any damage, remove that many control counters from card roll instead. I mean, when am I never going to have less than 2? Like 2 per person. I've only got 2. I only have to do 2 points of damage. I mean, it's never going to happen. I don't know. I'm confused. I haven't done it wrong in terms of the card. Although there is now a crisis, which is not great. So, yeah, so I guess I just attack for 2. Knock him back to Daken. So I can then thwart. Genius will give me Maria. She gives me a free card. She'll thwart for 2. I was going to Spectrum, but I'm actually not going to now. Make the call. Will sidearm X23. She'll hit for 5. Black Cat will hit for 3. It's pretty brutal. The ladies getting it done. Honorary Avenger X, so she's still alive. Actually, X has replaced Spectrum as my lady. Give her a reinforced suit. X doesn't muck around. I mean, she's not as good as official X, the whole kill a minion and reset business, but she's pretty good. Let's get some cards. So 1, 2, and then 1 on here. Oh wait! I've missed something. He flipped to his special. I didn't trigger the 2, and I couldn't have spent the 2 resources. So we're up to 7 on this bad boy. So next time he flips, it's going to be pretty bad. So let's see how that goes. Can I take him out first? He's on 3. Alright, so he activates. Got a free card. It's not a backflip, so I'll defend. Boom, hits for 3, so that's a perfect defense. And then get a card. Pheromones. When revealed, Daken, stun your identity. If your identity is already stunned, this card gains surge. Do I care if I'm stunned? Do I care if I'm stunned? You know what? I'm going to stop that from happening because why not? Maria thwarts for 2. That's a consequential. Make the call. give me endurance. So 3, 4, 5. Oh wait, he's only on 3. Let's Black Cat instead. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I've missed something. Oh man, he loses a counter and he heals. 1, 2. So it would have been 5 actually. So let's Laura. Knock him into the next stage. Blink. Oh, does he come into the next? He comes to the next stage on the same side. I can only assume. 15. All right. When revealed, each player and player order performs a special on their villain scheme. No! All right, here we go. Either spend 2 resources of any type or place 4 threat here. I don't want to do that. So I'm going to spend 2 resources of any type. 1, 2. Until the end of the next player phase, increase the cost to place your events by 1. Sweet. Search the encounter deck in this card pile for a major port security. Put them into play. Is there one in here? Yep. Let's grab this bad boy. And then I don't do the 2. So it's done. Okay, but he's in play now. 15. So I can keep going. So Black Cat will just 1, 2, 3 kit this guy. Boom. Alright, so end of the round, get some cards. Okay, villain stage. 1, 2 on here. And 1 on here. Up to 8. Dakan activates. I got a free card. It's not a backflip. I'll defend. No. Yeah, I'll defend. So 4, I still get hit for 1. It says place 1 control counter on crime mod. You cannot remove 1 fury counter from eternalized rage. Okay. So again, he misses out on his heal. That seems weird. The timing of that is odd. Well, he couldn't heal anyway because he was at full, but still, the timing's odd. Then this guy attacks for 2, get an encounter card. Metropole Casino. When revealed, pick a number between 0 and 4 and discard a card from your deck. If the cost of that discarded card matches the chosen number, draw X cards, where X is the cost of the discarded card. Otherwise, discard X cards from your deck. I'm going to choose... What's in here? What am I missing? What am I missing? I'm going to choose 2. Oh, you bastard. I chose 2. Otherwise, discard X cards from your deck, which is 2. Wait, is that my... What? I chose 2. And it was wrong. just going to say discard 2. I think that's the intention, right? 1, 2. That was my intention. It's my card. I made that up. That's not from Risky Business. I made this card up. And that is my intention. So hopefully that's how it plays. But, oh well. We'll see if it's not. That's the end of the villain turn. So yeah, so he misses his heal. That's weird. I gotta do something about that. That's not how I intended it to work. Anyway, my turn. Okay, well, Maria will take off 2 from here because she can't do crisis and die. And then X will 1, 2. Actually, no, she's an honorary Avenger, yeah? She's an honorary Avenger. Let's webbed up to put on power gloves. She will thwart for 2. And power gloves will do a point of damage to this guy. And then... oh, wait. No. Before he dies, Enhanced Spider Stance put Web Tracer on him. So he dies. Then does another 3. Okay, that's much better. Then Black Cat will attack and... oh no, Black Cat had to attack to get him into Daken form because of Crisis. Okay, so Black Cat attacked first. Then I did this business. Okay. God. Which means we now trigger this stuff. So 2 races of any type, all place 4 threat here. Okay. Well, that's a shame. 2 resources of any type. So the next way is increase cosplay events. Okay. Search the counter deck for a Metropolitan Security Guard. So he comes back to life. Great. I really need a better picture. It's just really ugly. It's terrible. I mean, what is he doing? What exactly is the guy doing? He's not even looking in the direction that he's reaching for. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, so we triggered all that. And now I'm left with nothing. I don't think I played that right. I do not think I played that right. Cards. 1, 2 on here from the acceleration. 1 on here. So I have to back up the... oh, no, he shouldn't be in play. I was only on 6. It's only on 6. Yay! Okay. Some of it's working. He attacks. I get a free card. Oh, wait. I should have a card from the deck out, though. It's not backflip. I would offend. 3, 4. I get hit for 1. Another encounter card. So I got 2. 1 is hostile negotiations. Perform the special on your villain scheme. Oh no! Spend 2 resources to place 4 threat. 1, 2. Increase the cost to play events by 1. Okay. Searching counter deck for a dude. Okay. Okay, caught off guard. Well, I can't get rid of team training, because X would immediately die. Well, not immediately die, but pretty much, pretty close to dying. Alright. He then heals for 2. He's got nothing to heal, but he loses one of these. Alright, let's do... Let's flip down, use Peter's resource to play first aid. Heal X for 2. Oh no, it costs 2 to do that. It costs 2 to do that. So let's use Genius to play first aid. And then use Peter's resource to put that into play. Because it costs 1 extra for all the events. Then let's kill this guy. And then do 1 damage to an enemy, yeah? Pointless, because he'll just heal anyway. And then, oh, 1, 2, 3. Cool. Alright. Get some cards. Okay. 1, 2, 1. He activates. He's scheming for 3. An encounter card. Healing factor. Villain heals X damage. X is double the villain's stage number. So 4. Which puts him back up to full. Bingo. My turn. Oh, then the end of his turn, he heals, which he doesn't need to worry about. And then he loses a counter. He flips. Back to Akihiro. This is not great. This is not great at all. At least my events don't cost an extra now, which is good. Do I spend the Peter resource to put call for backup into play? I'm having enough trouble thwarting as it is. Do I even really need to? 1, 2, 3 to play spinning web kick. Then I've got 1 left over. Might as well. Put this into play using Peter's resource. And then heal. 1, 2, 3. Flip. And 1, 2. No, wait. He's on Akihiro again. Black Cat will knock him back down. Knock him back to Daken. Which unfortunately means we now trigger this stuff. Oh no! I'm gonna say I didn't play that. Damn it, I need it. I need it as a resource. Because I'm about to trigger this crap. He flips up. Spend 2 or put 4 on here. Okay, so 1, 2. Events will cost an extra 1 now, and search for a guard. Oh man. Okay. Hasn't got quite enough for 10, which is where he schemes, and he would win if he schemed. So let's try and keep that down. This guy comes into play now, so X will take him out. easily. 3, 4, 5. Too bad she doesn't do overkill. Does a point of damage to this guy. And then gets a consequential. And then yeah, it costs an extra to play now, so I now actually can't afford my swinging web kick. It's outrageous. Oh man. Hightown is brutal. Need a justice player. It's just unbelievable. Alright, I'm going to keep these cards. Oh, actually, I don't need 2 of these. Let's get 2 extra cards, see what happens. Okay, the irony. Oh, wait. He just win. He just won. I didn't thwart. So he just won. Oh my god. It's too hard. Alright. Alright. Let's have a think about this. All of the action happens on this side. Is that how risky business works too? Like, he's never on this side. He never gets to do anything. How would you never be able to do anything? Maybe I should just play risky business and see what happens. Two per person control counters. I mean, it's just so easy to get rid of it and flip him. But of course, when he does, he triggers this stuff. So let's play with justice and see what happens. Let's play justice and see what happens. If I didn't have her, if I didn't have my free X23, I would have been annihilated. Wouldn't even gotten into stage 2. She did all the work. And she's not even that good. I'm going to play Gamora. Because she's like a hybrid justice. I think that's a little bit more fair. Where's his obligation? Oh, here it is. Eviction notice. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Goes in there. That goes back down. Maybe only 10's a little low. Starts on 0. Goes down to 12. I'm going to stay on this. I'm going to stay on this one. Let's see what happens. What is this weird flippy things that they do when they come out now? It's odd. Ever since the upgrade. Oh my god. Just load. Mouse. Just a pain in the ass. Flip. Something else in there. Alright, set our hit points. Everything else is set up. Yep. Alright, let's do it. Get some cards. There's only one side scheme in there, so I'm not going to play that. There's only one, and I know exactly what it does. I'm just not going to risk it. But everything else, I could basically just use just to beat the crap out of it. So, mulligan for one. Sword, that's interesting. User ability is not a card that I need, so I will flip up. Should I just get her sword in straight away? One, two, to clobber. Back to my hand. One, two, oh, which just gets rid of these counters. And flips into Daken. We trigger the special, which is nothing. And that was an attack event, so I remove a threat. And then her sword. I couldn't have done it the other way, which is a shame because I needed the resource, but oh well. It is what it is. She'll attack for 3. And then Gamora will attack for 2. So ready. Get some cards. 1, 2 on here because the acceleration, and 1 on here. He activates as an attack. I have no defenses stuff. The next is way too. I'm just going to take it. 2, 3. Counter card is Tiger. Cannot take damage while burning bright side scheme in play. Well, it's not, so you can take damage. Do I want Wiccan? Strength is going to play for Justice. That was a thwart event, so I get to do a point of damage. Then, actually, I'll do it to her. And then, because I played a thwart event, I can do power in all of us and do decisive blow, which does 7 damage. +1 because of the sword. It just says deal 1 damage to an enemy after you play an attack event. Okay, you. But anyway, he got knocked into stage 2. Revealed. Perform special. There is none. Comes with 15. Wait, this is a whole different. This is a whole different kettle of fish. This is yeah. This is interesting. Anyway, that was an attack event, so I get to remove a threat. So that's now down to 0, and she's only got 4 left. So between these two, she's dead. But actually, she doesn't have guard. Do I just ignore it and just hit him while I've got the chance? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I think I do. Just beat him up while I've got the chance to do it. Ready? Get some cards. Villain turn. 1, 2, 1. He activates. No defense stuff. Defend. 4, so I take 2. She hits me for 2. Get an encounter card. Magic Pull Thug. When revealed, choose to either give the villain a face down boost card or place 2 control counters on Crime Lord. Crime Lord's not in place, so he gets a face down boost card. But it's now the end of the player phase, so it's 1, 2, 3. He heals 4. He loses a Fury counter. My turn. So can I out damage him? So again, no guard. Can I out damage him? Can I do 13 points of damage before he resurrects? I don't know. I do not know. I could multi-talented. And do all 3. Forward momentum, we'll put in Keen Instincts. And then Keen Instincts, Groot, and Rocket Raccoon. We'll play multi-talented. Heal 2 damage from your identity. I don't get to heal it from X, which is a shame. Deal 2 damage to an enemy. And remove 2 threat from a scheme. And then it's an attack and thwart event, so I get to remove a threat from a scheme. And I get to do a point of damage. And because it's an attack event, I get to deal an extra point of damage. So point of damage, point of damage. Tiger's dead. X will kill this guy. I'm seriously thinking I should have just gone straight through, but oh, we'll see how it goes. Cards. Still no defense event. What the hell, man? What's cross counter? 1, 2 on here, 1 on there. He activates. He's got 2 cards this time, so no defense events. That means X is going to take it. There's no healing in here, so 3, 4, 5, 6, and then place a counter if you cannot remove 1 counter. Oh, so again, he misses his heal. This is weird. He becomes Akihiro. She dies. Thank you, X. You did well. I need to change your ability, but you did very well. Encounter card. Pheromones. When revealed. Daken. Stun your identity. If your identity is already stunned, this card gains stage. I have no way of countering that, so I am stunned. Okay, my turn. Being stunned is pretty crappy. But I can just beat him down. conditioning room and 4 justice. Clobber for 3, and it's 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then +1 from the sword. Comes back to my hand. Multi-talented and Clobber will play for Nebula. I get to search for a card. An attack or thwart event. Oh wait, that was an attack event, so I get to thwart for 1. I can't take it off the main because a crisis icon is in play. Ah. 1, 2, 3. Wait. I've done that wrong. You can't take damage. So I clobbered. That knocked these 2 off. Knocked him back to Daken. But then the sword hit him for 1. Okay. Right. Which means I could have taken it off the main. But I won't. I'll just leave it on that. Right. And then Nebula goes and gets me a card. Which will be... It's an attack or thwart event. Which will be cross counter. Because I'm sick of getting hit. So she'll go get me cross counter. And then she'll thwart for 2. And I'll remove my stun. Oh, I should have removed my stun first. We'll say I removed my stun first. Cool. Otherwise I couldn't have clobbered. Gee, Clobber got... I played Clobber wrong in 2 separate ways. Alright, anyway, so that's done now. I'll keep cross counter in my hand. Nebula should have a Athena on her. Let's get some cards. Oh, I should have... No, I didn't shuffle. That's just flat out cheating. There we go. 1, 2 on here. He activates. Nebula's gonna... Oh no, I'm gonna cross counter. That was the whole point of getting it there. Why are you making it die when you can just cross counter? Disgrace. Disgrace. One way or another, we'll pay for cross counter. Oh, we need to take any amount of damage. Haven't taken damage yet. 3 + 1 is 4. Place 1 control if you cannot remove 1 from internal range. Okay. So 4. So cross counter will prevent 3 of that. So I still take 1. And then I deal 1 damage to an enemy and remove 1 threat from a scheme. So deal 1 damage, remove 1 threat, and then because of my ability, I deal 1 damage and remove 1 threat, and it's also an attack event, so therefore I deal another damage from my sword. It's pretty cool. And then encounter card. Villain schemes. Oh, it's unusual. 3. Cool. And then at the end, he heals for 1, 2, 3, and loses a counter. Flips back to this dude. Okay. Alright, well, she'll attack and remove the counters and make him flip again. Triggers a special, but there's nothing on there because I've been keeping it under control. The whole difference of an actual justice player, someone who can actually thwart, is pretty amazing. And then I'm just going to deal damage. So 2, 1, 2, and then it's 3 because of the sword. That's an attack event, so I get to remove 1 threat. And then Keen Instincts will play for a precision strike, which is 1, 2, and then +1 from the sword. I don't get to remove any more threat again because it only happens the once. I'm just going to get rid of this because who cares. And then she herself will clear the 2 just because why not. Actually, you know what? Let's go down. Let's go down. Yeah. Let's keep this, actually. Let's go down, use my ability. If it's a resource, I don't get to keep it anyway. No. So I'll just go down. Go down, get 6. Yeah. Wouldn't have been able to play it because it's a hero action. Okay. Alright. So 1, 2. He schemes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it's 3, sorry. Perform the special on your villain. There is none. Because even though there's one on there, it just says the 1. Yeah, that was pretty safe. Intimidation. When revealed, choose to either spend 2 resources of any type or give the villain a face-down boost card. I think it's pretty safe to say that we're done. I'll do it anyway. Just to not do it. So he then heals for 1, 2, 3, loses a counter. It's my turn. I use my ability. Sweet. Heal. 1, 2, 3, flip. Okay, let's Ironheart. 1. 2. Get a card. That is not what I wanted. That is not what I wanted. Apparently all of us will pay for multitasking. 1, 2, and 1. That's a thwart event, so I get a deal a point of damage. And then Keen Instincts will pay for Precision Strike, which is 1, 2, and then the sword does an extra 1. Ironheart will take off 1 from here, just to keep everything interesting. Oh, and then I might as well clear it. Clear the area. 1, 2, gives me a card which I can't use, unless it's one of my free ones. No. Okay, cool. Ready. Get some cards. Yeah, see? If it had been one of the set the paces, although there's no threat to remove anyway, I guess, but oh well. 1, 2 goes on here, 1 goes on here. He activates. Ironheart's going to die. 3. Counter card is Thugs. When revealed, choose to either give the villain a face down boost card or place 2 controls on Camelot. He's not on Camelot, so he gets a face down boost card. And then, oh, that's the end of the thing. So he heals 1, 2, 3. Loses a counter, so flips back up, flips back up. He's on 7. Alright, so Gabora will knock these 2 so that he goes back to Daken. Hold on 1 second. It's got a SMS from my wife. Always need to answer SMSs from your wife. Alright, so he's back to Daken. Triggers the special. There is none. But that means I can now hurt him. Set the pace to clobber. Comes back to my hand. 1, 2, 3. It's an attack event, so the sword does an extra point. And it's an attack event, so I get to remove a threat. Goodbye. And then yeah. These 2 will clobber. 1, 2, 3. Do a point of damage. with a sword. Victory! What difference a justice player makes. And I didn't even really do all that much justicing. So I really don't think it's really that hard. I think that the balance is actually alright. I do not like this whole... the possibility that he could in fact not heal because cards like this... No, not like that. Which one is it? What's the card that makes him lose a counter and so then he has to... Yeah, this one. This crappy ass card. Hate it. Plus control counter on crumble. I cannot remove all through conference. So it actually makes him lose out. It's just, I don't know, it's just weird. It weirds me out. I'll have to give it some thought. Need some more playtesting. But that was super controllable. He spends most of his time in Dakan form. He never got a chance to do anything here. Because it was always so easy to get rid of this. So it is still gameable, right? When I just essentially just kept forcing him into Daken form so I could fight him. I think it needs more thought. I think it needs to be harder to flip him. It needs to be harder to force him into a confrontation. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. I'll be back on in 2 hours. 2 hours. I'll be back on with Jan Joshi. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Have any comments? Please leave the comment. Like and subscribe. All that sort of stuff. There'll be a link to the custom Discord. If you have any interest in any custom stuff of your own, please check it out. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Take care, everybody. Bye for now.